Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In this video we will be doing another question for question 1 from the coverage of grade 12E. So question 1 has a lot of suggested questions, so I am choosing randomly. So if we look at the second question from the file I shared, it says the position of a particle at any time t is bigger than or equal to 0 is given by x of t and y of t. Find the magnitude of the velocity at t equals 5. Find the magnitude of the velocity vector at t equals 5. At t equals 5. So part A would be very simple. So we just need to find the velocity vector first. The velocity vector is we need to find x prime of t and y prime of t, because the velocity is the derivative of the position, so we just need to find the derivative. So this is 2t and this is 2 over 3, so it will be 2, 2t squared, 2t squared, right? So y of t is 2 over 3, 1 second, 2 over 3 t cubed, that would be 2t squared. Okay, so x prime of 5, we are finding the velocity at t equals 5, and that would be 2 times 5, which is 10, and that would be 2 times 5 squared, which is 50, okay? So we are substituting those values. Now the velocity, the magnitude of the velocity at t equals 5 is given by the square root of 10 squared plus 50 squared, and that is equivalent to what? 50.99. 50.99. This is the magnitude of the velocity at t equals 5. So there is 1 point for x prime of t, 1 point for y prime of t, 1 point for evaluating both, and 1 point is given for the answer, the magnitude. Looking at part B, in this part we need to find the total distance traveled by the particle from t equals 0 to t equals 5. So the total distance is given by the definite integral from 0 to 5 of the square root of x prime of t squared plus y prime of t squared dt, which is equivalent to 0 to 5. Square root x prime would be 2t squared plus, 2t all squared, and this is 2t squared all squared dt, and which is the same as from 0 to 5 square root of what? This is, let's start with the second term. So this is 4t to the power of 4, right? 4t to the power of 4 plus 4t squared dt. I just rearranged them. So this is the integral from 0 to 5. Well, what do they have in common? They have the square root of 2t, right? Or we can just say this is the square root of 4t squared, This is 4t squared, and the remaining is t squared plus 1 dt, and this is the same as the integral from 0 to 5 square root of 4t squared square root of t squared plus 1 dt, and this is the same as the square root from 0 to 5. This is 2t, and this is t squared plus 1 raised to 1 over 2 dt. Okay, we can here use u substitution, and we can say that u equals t squared plus 1, du equals 2t dt, and dt equals du over 2t. This is u substitution, right? So it's the integral from 0 to 5. Well, if we are using 0 to 5, okay, let me erase them because I'm switching to u now, and then I will switch back to t. So this is 2t, this is u raised to half, and this is du over 2t. We can cross them out. The integral of u raised to half du is equal to u raised to 3 over 2 times 2 over 3, and we can put the u back, which is t squared plus 1, and this is evaluated from 0 to what? Sorry, this is to the power of 3 over 2, evaluated from 0 to 5. That is going to be 87.716. We can do it manually this way, and you can check the answer key, how the marks are distributed, to know whether you can do it by the calculator or just manually. This is 87.716. Okay, so we are at part C. It says find dy over dx as a function of x. And if you notice that x and y are given as, they are given as a function of what? As a function of t. So what we can do here, we can isolate t in the first equation and plug it in the second one. Like we can one second, let me give myself a space C. So we need to find dy over dx, right? As a function of x, we are given that x of t equals t squared, was it t squared? T squared minus 3, t squared minus 3, and y of t is 2 over 3 t cubed, right? So what we can do here, we can isolate t from the first equation. So if you isolate t from the first equation, you will get the 3 to the other side. So you will get x minus 3 equals t squared, and if you take the square root, so x minus 3 under the square root will be t. So what did we do in this step? We isolated, should be plus, right? Yes, plus. So we isolated t from the first equation. Now t equals this amount, right? T equals this amount here. T equals the square root of x plus 3. If we put it مكان t في second equation, بنكون شو? Then we will be getting an equation that involves x and y only. So y is equal to 2 over 3. Instead of t, I'm going to write x plus 3, okay, under the square root, but there is a cubed here. So instead of t, we substituted root of x plus 3. And this is y equals 2 over 3 x plus 3 raised to 1 over 2 all raised to 3, because the square root is an exponent of 1 over 2. So this is y equals 2 over 3 x plus 3. When we have double power, we just multiply them. So this is 3 over 2. And now we can just find the derivative of y with respect to x, not with respect to t, with respect to x. So we will plug in, we will put the exponent in front. We have 2 over 3, this is the coefficient. Now the power is 3 over 2, and then this is x plus 3, and we reduce the power by 1, it will be 1 over 2, times the derivative of the inner. This is a changeable, the derivative of the inner is just 1. So this is 2 with 2, 3 with 3, that is root of x plus 3. This is dy over dx as a function of x. There is another method mentioned in the scoring guideline. You may have a second look there. I hope that was clear. Thank you. Good luck.